environment. With that, I want to thank you for your attention, and I'm going to hand over to FrieslandCampina, to Boertje and Marjank.
Data. It flows, builds, guides, predicts. It deciphers and masks information in disguise. Yet it's everywhere. In an ever-changing world where rapid changes challenge us in a digital universe. Whether you love it or hate it, data is here to stay. It's ingrained in our daily lives, from the minute we wake up right before we disconnect at the end of the day. It guides us without realizing it, time after time. Every day our human intelligence interacts with machine intelligence, numerous times, by accident or unintended. Whether it's orchestrated through AI or any form of algorithm, we believe it's a beautiful collision. And yes, when it comes to our business, we've always been loyal to the human side of things. We don't distrust data, but our gut feeling has proven to be a reliable source. For over 150 years, it's that feeling that has effectively contributed to what we proudly call FrieslandCampina. From grass to glass, from data to dairy, from numbers to nutrition, from metrics to mouth. Data is indispensable. Nourishing by nature is more than dairy alone. Nourishing by nature is about reinventing ourselves and making sure we leave a better and healthier planet. Not just for our children, but for generations to come. Data isn't scary. Data doesn't lie. Data doesn't replace us. No, data connects. It helps us grow. It accelerates us into the future. When we put bias aside and open up to the opportunities ahead, it's our human intelligence that will demystify the machine. It's you who will let data drive. Today, you find yourself at what will be the beginning of an incredible journey in which data will change the way you see, learn, and develop. Be the leader that guides and find out how data drives.
Goosebumps every time I watch this video. It was super cool. We shared it actually with the leaders of FrieslandCampina this summer, and the purpose is actually was basically get them on board with the fact that data should be the driving force behind our strategy, behind the business strategy of FrieslandCampina. Well, I'm very proud to be here. My name is Boertje. I'm the interim CIO of FrieslandCampina. Good, way to go. And this is Marjank. Marjank is our Director of Architecture and Engineering. He's the brain behind the design of Lake House and the power behind the engineering, together with many of our team members that are joining us here. Very proud of you guys. We'll talk about today how data drives the strategy of FrieslandCampina. But first about FrieslandCampina a bit. Who knows and loves Chocomel here? Yes. But who knows Pötjös? Not many people if you're not from Hungary. Alaska milk? No? Yes, super. Well, FrieslandCampina is a global company. I didn't know actually before I joined in. We are present in 30 countries, exporting 100 countries around the world, 20,000 employees. Many different products, not just milk and yogurt, but also ingredients that are actually derived from milk, and many different customers to feed all over the world. Our purpose is nourishing by nature. That's why it's also grass to glass. We are owned by farmers, and we are very proud of that. And many different people attach to different parts of this purpose, I guess. For me, it's all about better nutrition for the world, for now and generations to come. So we are also a very climate-conscious company. When we started this journey, it was 3 years ago, and actually to set a strategy, the first thing we did was where do we stand today? And I relate to Albertine's story a lot. We had our static monolithic data warehouse. We had our dashboards where we said, okay, the data is actually in a kind of jail of the dashboard, can't be shared and distributed through there. And then we set ourselves a goal. This is an independent study. We said, okay, we're now at the traditional state. We are very similar to our peers, and we wanted to leapfrog to hub. I think now we are here with our lakehouse and data sharing practices. To reach there, we actually thought first, okay, why? What is our vision? And I think when I think about data and AI and democratizing data and AI, what I think about is basically simply making data and AI useful. How can you make analytics and AI useful to make better decisions every time? And the vision for FrieslandCampina is augmenting human intelligence with machine intelligence at every decision we make, so that we can look back and proud of the legacy that we left behind. And this vision is coming to life with 3 strategic pillars. I always start from the middle, because my background is finance, so I go like monetize. And monetize is all about making data and AI ready for business, so it's actually made useful and created value. It's about the why. Like Marika, you also shared, it needs to reach to make impact, otherwise there is no point about your AI models. Modernize, the question for us was how do we modernize then our architecture so that we can create the value that we identified these macro use cases. And modernize was all about, okay, what we build should not be only about BI, what we build should not be only about AI, but it should be BI and AI coming together in one structure, but also enabling the sharing of the data across the board. And democratize is democratization of data and AI, not only for data professionals, but also for the business professionals, so that we create a culture and mindset that could take us through this changing world. I'll start with monetize, and we'll hand over to Mayank to talk about the modernize bit. Like I said, it always starts with why. Why are we doing what we are doing is simply making data and AI useful. We built a framework, so you need to be disciplined about it. You need to prove your existence to the company and actually prove that the value is being created. The framework we had was simply, what is the potential of these use cases? When we first came up with the ideas how AI can be useful in FrieslandCampina, once it's delivered, what is it that the value that we enabled for this company? And then we also follow through if we captured this value or not. By doing the A/B testing, did we create the revenue that we aimed for? Did we save the cost that we aimed for? Did we actually improve the working capital for this company that we aimed for? And luckily we did. And on top, actually, with the data lakehouse, we also reduced the total cost of ownership of the platform and analytics.
Thanks, Burça. Modernize, monetize, democratize. These are the 3 important pillars of our data strategy. And 3 years back, we started the journey of our data strategy, and 2.6 years back, I also joined FrieslandCampina. And like any other architect, how many architects do we have in the room? Yeah, we love drawing boxes and arrows, right? And the first thing which we did was draw our reference architecture. It was never about technology from the very beginning. It was about what are the basic tenets of data implementation which we need to take care of. We need to have a platform which supports data quality, which supports monitoring, which supports flexible data engineering, and which supports native access to the data. Because as Burça said, we have to remove or take out the data from the jail. So we didn't want to build an architecture wherein the data was still in the jail. What was most important for us was that we built a platform and an architecture which is flexible for usage, not only for BI use cases, but also for AI use cases. We didn't want our data scientists and business people to worry about bringing data once they have to use the data for machine learning. So what we also wanted was to build a platform which is secure, which is scalable, which is performant, and which doesn't burn a hole in our pocket from a cost point of view. What the most important thing was like we didn't want to go through a transformation strategy from a technology point of view every now and then. So we had to build a platform which was ready for future. Well, to be very honest, 2.6 years back, I didn't even know the word LLM and ChatGPT. which is really a word of the town right now. So we had to build all of these things, and we had to make sure that the company was ready for future. The company was ready for what is coming in future for us. And at that point in time, from the boxes, which was a reference architecture with all the basic tenets of data platform, which we all know from 1960s maybe, and the thing which I also read in my college, that had to be a reality, and we had to choose a technology platform, and that's where Azure Databricks plays a major role in our architecture. We have an architecture where we only rely on Azure Databricks for implementing our modernize, monetize, democratize as a strategy. We don't have any other tools. The native integration with Power BI really helps us to transform the raw data into visualizing and appealing stories in Power BI. And the data in the lakehouse, what we have, it is also accessible by the machine learning engineers to build machine learning models. And the best thing about our machine learning models is they're in production. We were successful in bringing machine learning models to production with the help of Azure Databricks, something which we have always been struggling, not only within FrieslandCampina, but I'm pretty sure you guys in your companies have also been struggling about productionizing those models. So really, Azure Databricks is at the heart of our data and AI strategy. But no journey is complete without pain, sweat, mistakes, lessons. And that's what I want to kind of share with you guys today. Because all of this nice thing, we all know about Databricks, how amazing Databricks is. Not only Databricks tells us this, we also know this because we have experienced it ourselves. But during this last 2.5 year of journey when we started the implementation, we made some mistakes. We had some high points, but we also have some low points. And after this time, I'm happy that we have learned a few lessons which are going to help us scale in the future. But I also want to share that with you because I would like you guys to also take this. If you're starting your journey or if you're in mid of your journey, and if something you want to discuss with us, we'll be all around throughout the day. Let's have a coffee and talk about it. But the most important thing which we need to take care of is performance and cost optimization from day one. What we do is we put the code in production and then we think of, oh, let's optimize it. Oh, it's burning hole in our pocket. One thing which we learned was, let's from day one, before even we put the code into production, talk about how is it performing and what's the cost it is bringing us. We have a very famous event in our organization, Sky Summit, where we actually kind of decided, yeah, we are building a good architecture, but there are some issues, we have to scale it up. And we had a Sky Summit where we came back and we said, okay, it was a balcony moment. Burj always talks about balcony, going to the balcony and checking it. We did that, and we found that our architecture is flexible enough to adapt to the changes right in the middle of that implementation. So you need to keep your architecture flexible because the business is evolving rapidly. It's not like 20 years back wherein business was slow. We have to make sure that we can support our business faster. We were using Databricks, which is like a niche technology. At that time, it was niche and it was very difficult to kind of find talent, but we built generic components, which removes the need to having a lot of Databricks certified engineers to build that platform. We were doing Databricks, but we could easily use Databricks by using SQL. And as Mariska said, next time maybe we'll use Databricks by using English. So we build generic components which takes configurations, and even a business analyst who knows how to write a SQL query can bring data into a platform and also use it for the analytics. One of the most important thing, and I'm really proud of this as an architect, along with my team members, and many of you are here, we came together and defined design principles, which was a best learning which I had, because our design principles became definition of done. It became the definition of acceptance. So please do spend time in defining design principles and make them acceptable by your team and make it a holy grail. But one important thing, and I'm looking forward to talking to a lot of you people, is about data modeling. Data modeling, I think many of you on LinkedIn must be seeing that data modeling is dead and data modeling is not there. Data modeling is more than just creating tables and columns, and we realized it very soon because our reports were not performing at a certain point in time, and we were like, yeah, data model is wrong. It's not about the platform, it's about how you model it, and if you want a good performance and you want to lower the cost, make sure you pay extra attention to data modeling. Do your logical modeling because acceptance of your platform by the business needs a logical model. And in the end, what we also learned was automation from day one. I think Martin is here and maybe we can talk more about it. From the day one, we said anything what we do has to be automated. Not when we go into production. Even when we are going from dev to test to acceptance, let's automate everything. So CI/CD pipelines, infrastructure as a code, all of these were really at the core of our strategy, and it was at the heart of our strategy. But what was most important for us was people. We understood that we need to make sure that our people have the right set of access and they are enabled to use this platform, to build this platform. And with that, back to Burça, because she's going to help us understand how democratize and people go hand in hand.
I know, automate to the hell. But, well, it is about people, it's about the reach and impact. No one likes data governance, but we actually used also democratize to wrap data governance around our strategy as well. And it is a continuous effort. So when I think about people and democratization, I think about flywheels. Flywheels, you push, you push, you push, and finally off you go. And what we've seen also within our journey is right now, today morning, it was actually almost 3,500 users. So out of those 20,000 people, we have 3,500 users on global insights and predictions, which means on daily basis they're making use of these globally built certified data and insights. To reach there, it was not easy, so it was a lot of strategic training that is focused on the use cases, that is focused on working with these people to bring them on board. You saw the video was from the event, because it is, yes, it's bottom-up and the people that are making the decisions with data, but it's also transformative leadership from the leaders of the company. And we had this event for Top 100. We actually also trained them on how they can ask questions to GPT and large language models. What does it mean to interact with AI? And just bring the whole company on board, not the data professionals, not only the citizens and analysts, but also the leadership with us. And with that, actually, we reach at different levels of the company to better decisions and make AI and data useful to make more money at the bottom line. So, how do we get ready for Generation AI? We modernize, monetize, and democratize. Modernize is all about making technology ready for data and AI and continuously improving it. It is not finishing. The job is not finished when you have the lakehouse or the data intelligence platform. The world continues to evolve, we continue to evolve. Monetize is about getting business ready, and the business ready to capture the value and make sure we do that, because otherwise, what is the point? And democratize is about getting people ready for data and AI, because data and AI can be scary, all of these buzzwords, ML, IoT, generative AI, what the hell? So we need to get people ready for data and AI. That's the heart of our strategy. If you would like to know more about how we monetize data and AI, please join the breakout of Bastian and the team. Thank you very much.
Much. Marjank, Burça, that was a really interesting presentation. And next will be Lotte Koop, who will be doing a fireside chat with Adam